I am going to teach you how the hydrological cycle works. All the water on earth today, every drop is all the water there has even on the planet. Fresh water is actually millions of years old. The same water flowing in a continuous loop, falling as rain and snow from clouds to the earth's surface, running in rivers, fooling in ponds, flowing from faucets, irrigating crops, traveling through plants, generating power, eventually evaporating into the air and condensing into the clouds again. There is life on earth is because earth has this perfect water cycle. So simple, even small children understanding the basic yet so complex. The most advanced earth scientists, hydrologists, geologists, and biogeochemists are studying every part and process. The water cycle is fascinating. It's sometimes that's around us all the time and yet we don't really understand it. What is known about the water cycle? With two words, flows and stores. The water cycle is a series of flow water between various water stores or storages. Clouds in the atmosphere. There's always a little bit of water in the atmosphere. We talk about relative humidity. It is a humid day. It is a dry day. Either way, there's water, sometimes a little or sometimes a lot. There a lot of water in the oceans. 70% of all the water on the earth, in the ice, seas, and glaciers. Two-thirds of all the fresh water on earth in the snow backs atop mountains, in rivers and streams, in reservoirs and watersheds, in wetland. In the soil and on plants and trees rooted in the soil and beneath the soil in water table and underground aquifers. All this storage is temporary. Water in all its forms is always in flux and always moving, and there is a name for every kind of movement in the water cycle, starting with precipitation. Precipitation is the process of water falling onto the surface of the earth. You can have precipitation in many forms: rain, snow, hail. Rain is falling water in liquid form. Snow, ice, hail, and sleets are falling water in solid or frozen form. Fog and mist falling water in gas or vapor form. Precipitation that falls directly into the oceans become part of surface ocean. Rain and snow that falls directly on rivers and streams become one part of stream flow. Rain that falls onto the land takes different paths to the river. The snow and ice that falls and collects on mountain tops when temperature warm, when snow melt, some of it run through the snowpack and goes into the small streams, tributaries and feed into the large rivers. What about the precipitation that falls by vegetation, plants and trees? If the soil is too wet or saturated to absorb more water, like on oversoaked sponge, otherwise precipitation infiltrates the soil surface, percolate into the ground. Gravity continues to pull in downwards, so it will move through the soil into the spaces between soil and rock particles, down to bedrock and further into fractures into deep underground aquifers. Even groundwater here is moving sideways or laterally, discharging towards a river, lake, or the sea. Generally, the deeper the flow, the slower the flow. Some of that fractured water might take a very long time, thousands to millions of years to get out. And how does water get back out into the atmosphere? It evaporates, is turned from a liquid into a gas or vapor by the heat of the sun. Water evaporates from every wet surface, even from wet air. Some rain and snow evaporates into the air while falling. Water evaporates through our respiration and perspiration and from plants through transpiration. Trans means through or across plants' roots draw up groundwater and plants pull that water up through their streams into the leaves and then release it back out through evapotranspiration. Evapotranspiration, a spelling bee, what term for evaporation from soil and water surface, plus transpiration from plants. Evaporated water molecules are tiny enough to flow into the air, mix with smoke and dirt particles in the atmosphere, cool, condense into visible masses of water vapor. Clouds, winds move clouds into the cloudy air. Water droplets collide and merge, grow bigger and heavier until they are so heavy they fall again as rain or snow, sleet or hail. Precipitation, collection, runoff, interception, infiltration, percolation, discharge, transpiration, evaporation, condensation, the water cycle. Thank you.